We are live. Perfect timing.
To come back with a comeback right away is I had to think.
Hello, everybody on the internet.
I was talking
Hello.
to two friends of mine who work for Saber, and there's some exciting stuff that's coming out.
Well, they dropped that video with all that new stuff coming out, and yeah, that bulwark for the Dark Angel pack looks fucking great.
I'm not talking about that.
Oh, okay. Are you talking about the Titan?
I'm talking about other things.
Ah.
Well, Tobias, you got some sponsors for us?
Sure. All right. Just as I eat some Skittles, which are not sponsors. Late pledges ended, and they are almost at $400,000. Congratulations to Monument Studios. With their current goals, they are looking to be finished in 2.5 to 4 months. Reward deliveries begin soon. They're in spooky season now. The sounds are ready for streaming services out of the box. Occult Forces sound packs contain 3+ gigs of bone-chilling sound design, 20+ atmospheres, 30+ thematic scores, 70+ sound effects, 13 tension-driven pulses, 100% copyright-free. Monument Studios.
Work on those Skittles, man.
Yeah.
Skittles, taste the rainbow. Hashtag not sponsored.
I should have planned, but that requires thought. Alright, last patch in studio. Who/what is Ultraman? Ultraman is a Japanese superhero media franchise created by Eiji Tsuburaya. Someone's probably going to say that better.
Close.
How do you say it?
Close. I don't know, but I've heard it been said correctly, but you were close.
No, I'm winging it. He was the father of Tokusatsu, debuting in 1966 with Ultra Q and then Ultraman. The franchise has remained one of the world's most prominent and consistent productions in Japanese media history, and Last Bastion Studios has the rights to produce little figurines. Centered around fictional alien race of light giants from a far-off galaxy, these superheroes have come to Earth to guide humanity and act as protectors of the planet. Bonding with a human host, these beings are the last line of defense against the endless tides of giant monsters and aliens that threaten the world. Last Bastion Studio.
Go Gadget Note Taker recap.
Okay, so last week we started off with a insert epic montage of the assassin's journey from falling off a ship all the way back to Caligar's window as he stood over him with a knife, as it were. Everybody wakes up in a panic, not really sure from what. It's actually our bird boy's fancy little sword that woke us up, but we've never had it before, so there was a lot of confusion. There were smoke bombs involved. There were cannons involved inside of a room. Do not recommend. And then the assassin got away. Caligar didn't die, thank God. And Zeke decided to fly around naked outside in Canada weather and get frostbite and fall into a roof and then sneak your way back. How did you make it back?
I walked back in the front door.
He managed to walk back, yeah.
Butt naked, right. I had raised that part. Then the innkeeper demanded more money for compensation, which honestly, understandable. The things we have seen. But then we gathered together, recovered, and made a plan on how we're gonna infiltrate. I'm not gonna say the name because I can't remember it. Karkarot?
Karankar.
The other one, okay. So, Cardinal did a little divination magic, and we found the sort of location. And we secured some boats.
Right.
And then we like sort of snuck through the city, like the edge of the city, and a couple times 2 of them really fell into the water. But thanks to Birdie and I, they did
Yes,
it.
we did a great
They
job
didn't-
of sneaking around the cliff.
They didn't fall into the water. They fell off the cliff face, and we caught them.
It was close.
It's only a 150-foot drop. We've only been 15d6 worth of damage when they hit the bottom.
With rocks down the bottom.
That's okay.
I mean, 15d6 averages out to what?
45.
Yes, just under my light HP.
I'd survive.
52 and a half actually, because it's 3.5 is the average on a d6. So,
On average, I would survive.
That's why I had fun playing a monk for a while. It's like, how far up am I? On average, I can take no damage from this high. Okay.
Till the DM rolls max damage.
It's a d6 in that it's a dice that has 6s on it.
Be thankful you don't roll a d20 to hit on fall damage.
No criticals today.
Can you put the poem in the in-game clues in Discord for us?
Surprised one of you guys didn't do that.
It's a poem.
And the chat was deleted.
I think it passed.
In the mountain's heart where shadows cling, a secret lies beneath a stone's wing, where echoes dance and whispers call. Seek the silent stream behind the fall. When stars align and moonlight fades, the hidden door in darkness waits. Follow the path where the cold winds blow, and find the cave where the lost dreams go.
Yeah, and right now we're heading to the mountains to look for a big ravine that is so deep that it doesn't shine very much light down to the bottom.
I really think you ripped it off from the 13th Warrior.
No, I ripped it off from ChatGPT.
No, I meant where the location of the cave is.
No, I really just went to ChatGPT and said, they're gonna ask for this location. It's in the mountains. Give me something. Okay.
Where do bears sleep? In a cave?
Actually, this show's gonna have you guys just go to like a farm in the mountains, and then it's like, oh, it could mean this, and this, and one of the things could be in a cave. I'm like, oh, I need to make a new battle map. I mean, I need to make a map, not a battle map, just a
Of
map.
course not.
A battle map with the same tavern looking inside a cave.
Run by Steve Stevion.
So are we still inside of the walls?
No, you just got up to, you cleared the cliff. You're outside the walls. You're pretty much like right on the edge, looking up at the trees, and you're pretty much right at the foot of the mountains.
All right. I'll tell the group, I think we should be quiet, even keeping stealth from the mountains, or from the walls and going into the mountains. They'll probably have scouts out, even if this place is pretty well hidden.
Sounds
So you guys
reasonable.
are trying to be sneaky. Let's get some stealth rolls.
Sorry, where are we right now? Are we surrounded by... Is there
We're
anything like
outside of.
in the sight lines?
There's a light wooded area outside the wall leading up to the mountains. It's not thickly wooded, so
Oh my god.
you're kind of obscured.
So it would be a good time to cast Pass Without a Trace.
It begins.
Yes.
I'm
Yes,
so
it would.
glad you mentioned that. Thank you.
Oh no.
Be thankful it's a 16. So
It's
mine's
happening
21.
again.
Tobias is at 34. Bertrand is 21. Ezekiel's bad rolls is 16.
1.
We got 2 crits.
Thankfully, the 2 crits help
Think you need new dice, Zeke.
if it's a group stealth check.
Well, yesterday in the session I ran for my players, I missed like 13 attacks in a row with my NPC horde. So, you know, it's just, and that's a different color dice.
So it's not even just like the dice from running off of my server here. It's just you in general.
Yeah, no, I don't know what happened, but recently I'm fucking cursed. I'm screwed.
Have you
Okay.
watched anything about Will Wheaton? Did his curse get passed through the screen?
He broke you.
What we might need to do is just go through all the recordings, count up how many bad rolls you've had, and send them to Will and just be like, here, beat this.
Right?
I challenge you for the title. Okay, so yeah, you guys are at the foot of the mountains. You're in that lightly wooded area. For the most part, you're feeling pretty stealthy. Except Zeke just keeps hitting, like, tripping over everything he possibly find, breaking limbs, not legs. Every now and then, like, there's one part he's walking through and there's a log. Every one of you goes around. And he's like, no, I got this. Goes to jump over, catches a foot, face plants. I'm just like, okay. So you guys all see the poem. How would you like to proceed into the mountains? What do you want to start doing here?
The hills are alive.
Well, I think we should just... Well, how passable do the mountains look? Like, mountain climbing every single step of the way, or are they just kind of...
They're not Rockies, but they're not Appalachian. Does that help?
Yes, that does
No,
help.
Fox is like,
no, it doesn't.
I
Fucking
got
translate.
nothing.
Okay. To put it in context, Appalachian are old mountains, essentially really, really, really big hills, and Rockies are the Alps.
Like rounded mountaintops versus really sharp, jagged mountaintops.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Do they not teach geography where you're from?
I don't teach American geography.
Yeah, because it's not important.
But using the Alps as a reference should have like given a clue of what type of mountain range the Rockies are.
I'm sorry I didn't memorize all the types of mountain ranges. I have better things to do,
You don't.
nerd.
Yeah.
So there are many types of volcanoes, most common of which is...
So,
Those I know. Stratosphere, And the other one.
The stratosphere is a
Alright, so-
layer of the atmosphere.
That's a cloud layer. That's not a volcano.
I think we should skirt the mountains and look for a ravine. What do you guys think?
Or go up a mountain and look down and see if we can find the ravine.
Either works.
All right,
Choose.
Birdie, get
How,
flying.
how high would you say the mountains are?
Who fucking know? It's a mountain range.
I start flying upward.
High enough that the bird's gonna get tired getting to the top, or what?
Yes.
That's not gonna be instant.
Stratovolcanoes. That's what I was trying to say.
Stradivarius, the world's greatest violin.
All right, Fox, say it with me. Mitochondria is
Your mother. Let's go.
The powerhouse of the cell.
Where
No.
is Madagascar located?
Up your ass.
all right.
The bird's gonna get tired if he goes up the mountain. I think we should skirt it. What do you guys think?
I will point out a reminder from last time that Calgar did a test to see if he can like decipher some of it, and one of the things that he figured out was that the location, according to the rhyme, you're fairly certain you can't see it from the air.
Can't see the
fly
final
back
location?
down towards the mountain, towards
Or the
river.
ravine?
We can't
It's-
see like the actual door of it. We can't see what we're looking for.
It's hidden in the darkness.
We might be able to
which
find
means
the area, but that's about it.
Yeah, we're looking to start somewhere, and the ravine's a start. I'm assuming the ravine cuts through the mountain both ways, on both sides. So
It depends on the ravine. That sounds
True.
like a valley between the mountains.
very true.
Okay, so are you guys going along the edge or are you going up the gut?
I say get up in them guts.
Is there like a pass that we can get through, or is it just start going?
Roll perception.
I'd roll, but I'm afraid to see what the result would be.
I'm excited to see what you roll.
Sounds about right.
Which is actually, because you're a dwarf, Calgar, roll advantage. You've got experience living in the mountains. You know what you're looking for.
Lower.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. So you guys start walking towards the mountains. You do, after about, say, 20 minutes of getting closer. You do notice there's, as you come over one hill, there's a bit of a pass off to your eastern side that seems like it would lead more into the middle of the mountain range.
All right, lead off, Gallagher.
As we come inside of it, I'll pipe up and that'll get us more into the middle. It's probably where this ravine is. What I'm thinking. We want to head for that, or we want to keep going up and over?
lead on to the heart of the mountain.
So now everybody is going to follow the slowest member of the party.
Simba, do you see this valley? of
Is it a
Singor?
soft pass or is it hard rocks?
Most of the terrain you found in Nagaroth is fairly rocky. So it starts off, you got a bit of vegetation, but that all starts to phase. You move more into the hard rock of the mountain itself.
So I don't see any footprints leading down this path.
No.
Got it. All right, lead us off, Caligar.
Alright. Well, I will start heading towards the mountain pass and picking all the paths that I can easily cross with my stunty legs. Hi ho! Hi ho! And up the mountain we go!
Walk next to Cardinal and just be like, I think your gods hate me.
My buddy, my pal, I think all gods might hate you at this moment. As I
Yeah.
gracefully glide along.
Well, now you're just
unimpeded.
showing off.
You?
You're
Watch
like,
her head run into a low branch.
Keeping an eye out for
Dear God.
scouts, watchtowers, stuff like that.
It's fine. I'll just take all the bad rolls, and you guys can all roll really good the rest of the session, I guess.
Thank
That's
you
his
for your
second
service.
D20 in a row.
Okay, yeah. So, Calgar, I'll get you to roll a nature since you're the one that's leading this entourage.
Okay. Apparently, I'm a roller coaster today.
Someone's got to be average, buddy. So like you're feeling more at home now that you're in the mountains, but these don't feel like the mountains that you're used to.
Mm-hmm.
The mountain ranges where you come from, the mountains are younger, um, more jagged but wider spaced. You're used to being able to navigate through by the light of the sun as well. These ones, it's the rock feels older to you, but at the same time, like it's almost like it's the rock. Even the rock itself is in pain that it was forced to erupt from the sea, and it's all where you would expect something to be jagged. It's almost razor sharp, and the peaks are close enough that you'll catch a glimpse of the sun every now and then. But for the most part, you're walking in shadow. Um, but as you're going, you're confident that you're moving upwards, and you feel relatively certain that you're going in the right direction. Um, but it's gonna take you about an hour before you really start to get like a feel for trekking through the mountains again.
Okay.
And so now you guys are decently like up in the mountain range. You're like I said, you're surrounded by these towering um, ridges. You're deep in the shadows. What do you start looking for that you think might be leading you in the direction you want to go?
Well, I got my eyes peeled for scouts, watchtowers, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be looking for a big hole in the ground.
I'm looking for either like a, I don't know what they call it when like it juts out a bit and then there's like a big fall.
An overhang?
That, something like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I'm just trying to find a ravine, crevasse,
Because the secret
whatever
lies
happens
beneath
first.
the stone, so I'm assuming there's going to be something
Mm-hmm.
under.
I like that train of thought.
Yeah. So the two things that Calgar picked up was in the mountain's heart where shadows cling indicates that the location's deep in the mountain range, shrouded in darkness. And a secret lies beneath the stone's wing is where it implies that the location can't be seen from the air. Okay, so we got Calgar looking for a ravine. Tobias is looking for bad guys. Fox is looking for an overhang. What about Zeke and Bertrand?
Well, I would say that right now I am looking for the source of all my misery in the universe and trying to spot the dark cloud that's looming over my head.
You're a Nagaroth. There's nothing but dark cloud over your head.
And barring that, I'm going to look for any like unusual natural formations.
Okay. Bertrand?
I am keeping an eye and my ears open for creatures or anything else trying to sneak up on us.
Okay. So I'll get you guys to all roll perception.
It can't be. It's not. It won't do it again. See, not bad.
Yep.
I got the net one today. I got the net one.
It's okay, I got a 2.
Okay. So Calgar, looking around, you're like, this is a ravine. But you're fairly certain it's not what you're looking for, because that would be too easy.
In the poem, it stated that when you're in the valley, you could hear thunder, which waves hitting the shore or rocks do make it sound like thunder. So if you're in the valley or ravine, what it sounds like thunder from a distance, you're probably in the right one.
You're thinking of 13th Warrior again.
No, I'm not. It literally says in the fucking poem.
Where does it say that?
There's no mention of thunder.
Where echoes dance and whispers call.
Yes. I mean,
Yeah.
yes, kind of. It would be echoey, sure. That's what I thought too.
Okay, let's do it this way, because trying to lead you guys blindly through this is difficult on my end. I want you guys to figure out what it actually means. Take some time, work through it, see if you can figure out what each line is referring to, or a close approximation of it.
Oh yeah, last time I said the mountain's heart with shadows cling is a ravine. Secret lies beneath a stone's wing, so there's an overhang.
Mhm.
And then echoes dance, whispers call is just echoey. And there's going to be a silent stream behind a waterfall. And
I
then
don't think
once...
it's a waterfall though.
Well,
Like-
true.
like-
It might not
like
be a waterfall.
A physical fall, like a literal empty space, and then there's like an underground river or something.
To me, it sounds like that where echoes dance and whispers call could be at the bottom of a ravine or that said overhang. Because if you're in the bottom of a ravine, crevasse, cave-like area, then it's going to echo a lot.
There's also going to be wind there because follow the path where the cold winds blow.
Mm-hmm.
So either we have to wait until dark. I suppose we find the bottom of a ravine and then wait until stars align and moonlight fades or whatever.
Yeah.
See, when it says hidden door in darkness waits, I'm thinking, is it underwater? Is the door like in the underground river or something?
That's what I've been thinking about it.
No, I just think that means at night. And when stars align and moonlight fade, it means it comes out in starlight, but not when the moon's there.
Did we check the forecast? Is there going to be a moon today?
We have a druid that can cast druidcraft.
Wait, bringing up my AccuWeather app.
Yeah, good.
Not sponsored, but if they'd like to.
So those are my thoughts. I don't know what.
Is there a stone formation that's like odd within the mountains or of the mountains?
From what you can see where you are?
A secret lies beneath the stone's wing. I believe a stone formation would be considered, which would look like a wing, would be where the ravine might be. Or something
I don't
is
know. To me,
concealed
that feels a
underneath
little
it.
too literal for a divination.
Or
No.
you're just thinking too hard and it might be literal.
No, I think the stone's wing is inside the ravine. That would be my thought, because
Or it could be a full-blown mountain that looks like a wing.
very possible.
that could be pointing towards the direction, or it's underneath it.
You have the high ground. I'd say give a look around and see if you can find either a ravine that looks like a wing or a mountain that looks like a wing, maybe.
Do you want to go searching?
Sure. And I'm just going down each line of the riddle. Seek the silent stream behind the fall. Obviously, it could be a waterfall with a quiet stream behind it.
Yeah.
Stars and the moonlight fades. It's obviously could be where the moonlight hits. We probably have to wait till nighttime because if we're going back to the stone's wing, the moon could potentially align with it and create our path of where we need to be.
It says moonlight fades. It sounds more like a new moon. Like,
It
it's just
probably
not
is
there.
a new moon.
Moons. There's 2 of them.
Right.
Oh no.
Ah, I forgot.
Or it could be a lunar eclipse between the 2 moons.
Now that would mean it would rarely ever happen. I think they come by this path occasionally.
Follow the
so-
path where the cold winds blow. It's obviously a directional clue, likely referring to a direction in where a cold, windy area of a mountain pass or exposed ridgeline. The windy path could point us towards the store.
I think these are map quest directions. Line 1, step 1. Line 2, step 2. So once we find the ravine, then we go looking for the stone's wing. Once we find
You
that,
probably also need to find a mountain pass that has a shit ton of shadows.
well, that's the ravine.
That's why we're
the
heading
idea.
to the start.
If you have a
Yeah.
ravine, sun's not going to be able to shine too well into the ravine. That's why we're going for a ravine.
So I think we're taking the ravine thing too seriously too early. In the mountain's heart where shadows cling likely just refers to the spine of the mountains where you're going to get into valleys and things that are already dark. And then the stone's wing is where it's referring to some sort of outcropping that comes out, or like a cut into the base of the mountain, which likely goes into a cave, which is where there would be a lot of echoes and whispers would seem loud because of the confined space and rock all around you.
Probably, which we probably need to go up to.
As far as the
Just remember,
rest
we
of
can't
it,
actually see the area from above.
I mean, hiking up on Mount Whitney, there's little ravines between the 2 mountains, or all the mountains. So,
I took that to mean we're not going to see the door from above, but we can start seeing the clues, the ravines, and the stone's wing, and then we dive in deeper. So, like, we're not going to see the door from flying above, but we can find line 1.
I start flying.
I think we're all heading in the same direction.
You guys might want to use rope.
Oh boy.
Well, we're still on a relatively
We're not-
safe path, right?
Yeah, we're still going up, or we're at the top, roughly at this point.
Yeah, the mountains haven't gotten too treacherous yet. Like,
Yeah.
you're starting to get elevation, but Calgar, you know that you're nowhere near the heart of the mountain
Yeah,
yet.
we're
I drink some water so I don't get elevation sickness.
But you said you're flying up because you want to go take a look for some landmarks that might be standing out.
Yes.
Okay. Um, how high up do you want to go?
Couple 100 feet.
Okay. So you're a couple 100 feet up. You get to like the top of the ridge of the pass that you're in right now. Um, roll a perception check for me.
That die did not roll. It just dropped. Can I do it?
That's the way it works. The dice is just a visual representation. It's not actually how it rolls the dice for you. Um, yeah. So you get up and you see mountain peaks. You see valleys. Some areas are in sunlight. You see some areas that are in darkness. Um, and you see that it stretches on for a good ways.
What if I fly back down and grab somebody that might have a better perception than me?
Sure.
Tobias, we're going for a ride.
What did you say?
I need you.
Okay. Roll an athletics for me, Bertrand. Okay. So with the added weight, takes you about 10 minutes to get back up to the altitude you were at before. And Tobias, roll a perception.
I have the exact same perception as he does.
But you got better dice. Um, so based on the conversation you guys were having before, the one thing you notice that when you're at this height, there's no mountains that look like they're formed like wings or anything like that. Um, and nothing really stands out to you, but you do kind of see the ravine that you're on as it's heading more to the northeast. It does kind of wind through and move towards the center of the mountain range. You're kind of able to track that for um, a decent way, so you know that you're on the right track. But it does look like the rocks ahead are going to get a little more treacherous for you guys.
All right, I'll turn to the bird and say, I think I see something. I think we're heading the right direction. We just need to keep going.
Okay.
So let's head back down, join the group, and keep moving.
I drop them. I'm kidding. I am joking.
Don't have featherfall.
I fly back down.
if you land near-ish me, I could get you.
Okay, so yeah, you guys get back down. Is
Take that, you
Calgar
evil
still in
drow.
the lead for this, or Tobias, are you going to lead since you've kind of like seen
I meant
the...
dark elf.
I'll take the lead. And I'll say, I think we're on the right path. I think we just got to keep going. Get around some of these bends and see where it goes. But I think we're on the right path, just following this path. Now, you called this path as kind of a ravine between mountains? Is that what you said?
Yeah, like it's... Yeah, a ravine that just winds its way through the mountain range. I don't know if there's a better word to describe it. You're in a depression while everything else around you goes high and spiky.
Okay. All right. I'll tell the group, yeah, I think we just keep going for now and then check again in a while.
Okay. Since you're taking the lead, let's get a nature check from you.
How do I have such good nature?
No, you don't.
Oh yeah, I'm a ranger. That's
bad.
how.
um. So, like, as you're walking along, you do start coming across some like twists and turns that seem like they might be going in the right direction. And then they'll have like some forks and offshoots that break off. Most of them, for the most part, they're fairly enticing. But again, you got a decent self or sense of direction of where you're going that you're fairly confident. Takes you about let's say 2-ish hours to get further up into the mountains.
Can I hike ahead and lead them through like the easiest path?
Oh, because you just yeah.
Across the
Um,
rock.
yeah, sure, you absolutely could.
Okay.
Um, give me a survival with advantage.
Okay. That was not advantage.
That was not advantage. That was not better.
Yes, 10.
So you just step up to the front of the group. You're like, "Don't worry, guys. I got this. I know where we're going." And you take a path that you think is going to be quite easy. And you got everyone kind of like stringed along behind you. Then you start hearing a bit of cursing. So for everyone else, I want you to roll athletics or acrobatics, whatever you think is best for maintaining your balance, as the rocks she's going through aren't all that secure.
Oh, please. Don't do this to me again. I changed the dice.
Hey, it wasn't the one.
And Bertrand's still flying, right? Oh, Mr. Birdman.
Mr. Sandman.
I'm gonna assume yes, Bertrand's flying. Okay.
Great answer, thank you.
Yes, I am still flying.
Okay. So you guys follow along. You're fairly certain that Cardinals picked the better track for you, and then as Calgar comes down with his heavy ironclad boot, he hits a rock that shifts and just kind of like freezes and goes, "Okay, we're gonna take this a little bit slower because this is not actually that secure." It's all well and good. We just glide through the rocks, but the actual dude that grew up in the mountains knows what he's talking about. So, what would have taken you about an hour to work through takes you closer to 2.5 hours to work your way further into the mountain because you're following the expert.
Calgar,
Hey
can you
man, I
roleplay
try to
that?
help. The dice don't like it, so.
And so, time of day it's at now. So now you guys are getting to about 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. Sun has effectively disappeared behind the mountain range. So a little light you had, you can see the light remaining across the clouds, but you're effectively in pitch darkness now.
I got night vision for 120 feet.
You've all got
Cody's got
some
the
kind.
better vision.
Yeah, you've all got vision. That's great. I know you can see. I'm just saying, it's dark.
Yeah, I don't think we should keep going too much until once it's dark, because we could walk right past what we need. 120 feet isn't much in the mountains.
I think we need to find somewhere decent first.
We find a cave. It's the cave we're looking for, but we're bedding down for the night.
I'll get you all to roll a perception for me.
If only these were investigation. The hell? Hold on. I think this is the most nat 20s I've ever had.
The dice are cursed today, guys.
Stealth? Then they had another one. That was what, 2? Then they just had another one, 3. I'm already at 3? The hell?
Actually, I think it works out perfectly that it's the dwarf that got the best roll out of this. Because where your advantage comes in is you're used to how sound echoes through the mountains, and all of you are able to faintly discern the sound of like running water. Like it, there's. I don't want to use thunder because then that says Hunter was right. But there is a faint echo of like a thunderous
Thunder.
waterfall from nearby,
A roar?
and
It's
the
a
majority
roaring
of you
waterfall?
start. Yes, let's go roaring thunderfall. I can't talk tonight. um, the majority of you kind of like turn, and you're fairly certain. Like there's a couple passes that open up near you, and you're like, it sounds like it's coming from the eastern pass, and the dwarf just kind of like turns his head and listens, and he focuses for a second, and it does sound like the water's coming from that eastern pass. But the more he kind of like zones in and tunes into it, you're like, it's actually coming from southwest. So you've gone past a branch, and it kind of like hooks back around and comes back in the direction you're going, but it's a different pass. Just smile and nod. So I take it you guys would like to
Oh yeah,
follow the
so
dwarf's instructions and go down the southwest?
I think we need to be very
after
careful about stumbling around in the dark. Because we just found, we think it's a waterfall. We don't know if it's the waterfall. We really can't see much around us.
how much snow do we have around us?
There's a fair amount on the mountains. Like there are some accumulations, not as much as what was falling in the city. Just seems like the weather patterns don't get as heavy snowfalls this deep in the mountain range.
Because I was trying to think if we could like make a big igloo type deal.
You have a house of cards that keeps you warm.
Not true. I forgot about the House of Cards.
I mean, you can try and make an igloo, but this is going to be the most Canadian thing I can ever think of saying. You don't have enough snow to make an igloo. Don't ask me how I know. I just fucking know.
Yeah, no, it takes some snow. I've tried. Though to be fair, I did cheat. I just used the giant bulldozer pile of snow.
I can
So
use the
we'll
House of
just-
Cards, but it's gonna stand out.
Are we bunking down?
We can keep going for a little bit. Like I said, we need to be very careful. We're not even sure we're looking in the right place.
Let's just be careful, but since this thing is going to come out, like the whole path will make itself known at night, I think we can carry on a little bit.
Okay. I took that to mean that the door will show itself at night, no moon. But that with that thought, that means we'd have to be near it to start with.
Let's
But
just
yeah,
get down in that ravine and find out.
Yeah, we can keep going.
So if I've been really quiet, it's just because I've been trying to fix an issue with D&D Beyond where I'm not getting the spells on my character sheet that I gained from my patron.
Yeah, there's been some issues with the new stuff that's been frustrating.
Yeah, I can't even manually add it to my known spells, so...
But worst comes to worst, just say you check off, you know what spells you have, you checked
Yeah.
off, you cast a spell, and then just like, I don't know, copy and paste the description. Okay,
Old
so you guys are gonna head.
So we're continuing on.
Okay.
Yep. So I'm gonna keep leading, since I know the direction of the waterfall.
Okay. As you're going in, just pulling something up here. So you're starting to find that the slope that you're on is getting a little more gradual. It's been actually to a point where it's easier to walk. So you guys are able to pick up the pace fairly quickly. And the further you move down this ravine, you do more clearly hear that the waterfall is coming from directly in front of you now. Ba, 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 ba. And what started as like a trickle of water then expands out more into almost the full-fledged river. Still easily traversable. And as you come around a bend, this is what you see in front of you.
Ooh, shiny. Nice.
Oh, that's so cool.
That's beautiful.
Whoa.
That'd
I
be really
painted it
cool to
myself.
actually.
It took me like 5 minutes.
Paint by
Is there a
color?
bet it
barrel?
did.
Do we have a barrel to put Calgar in and just shove him down the river?
Yes.
All right, the elf's not standing on my head.
So I'm gonna cut to the chase just to make things easier. So you're standing in the ravine, looking around. You're fairly certain that this is
I was
the place that you're looking
I
for.
was just about to say, doesn't that look like a wing almost? The peak of that mountain.
You cut out there at the end. I didn't catch that.
The peak of that mountain looks like a wing.
To be fair, every mountain.
Are the moons out right now?
Did you create the art and not realize that the peak of the mountain looks like a wing? As
I mean, all I did was in ChatGPT said, create an image that represents this rhyme, and this is what it came up with.
Chat GTP
I'll-
creates images too.
Oh yeah. Also, just to have it on record, hashtag not a sponsor.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the just like the free usage, it'll do 2 images for you, and I think it's better than some of the other AI image generation that's out there. Okay, so Tobias, you're asking if the moons were out.
Yes.
Roll a perception for me. I just need to check one thing here real quick.
Oh, shoot.
Huh?
I forgot I have heroic inspiration.
Yes, you do. So there's 2 moons that are normally in the sky. One is more gray, similar to our own moon. One is more greenish. You can't make out whether you can see the green moon, but through the occasional breaking cloud, you do see that the gray moon is more. It's near the edge of the peak. Let's just say, for simplicity's sake, where the sun is in that picture, roughly about where you can make out that the moon is.
Okay. So we should head to the waterfall and then head underneath it to the silent stream. Or so the poem says. Any
Yeah, we
thoughts?
can keep heading. I think we should head towards the waterfall and see what's over there.
Yes. Forward.
Onward.
To the hole in the ground.
So you guys go up to the waterfall, and you said you're gonna take a look in behind.
Is there a path to get around the waterfall to take a look behind somehow?
Roll
I don't
perception.
think it'd be obvious.
I want to see also. I can help.
Apparently, yes, you do. Nothing really stands out that you would notice. That would bring you to behind the waterfall.
And how hard is this waterfall coming down? Is it like the picture and it's just kind of like that soft mist by the time it hits the bottom? Or is it like water?
Well, don't let that be deceptive. Like, that's still
Oh, I
thousands
know.
of gallons of water rushing over the edge.
That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, it's thunderous.
Okay.
So how would you like to proceed?
Cautiously.
Do I spot it? Or like, do I spot a path?
You don't make... Nothing looks like a path that would go behind the waterfall.
Guess we'll have to go through.
So what do you guys think? How should we get around it?
Is there...
Is there like a pool of water at the bottom, or is it just immediately a river?
Yeah, let's
There's a
just
pool.
let's just get closer to the waterfall. Is there a pool? Do I see
Yeah.
something in the pool? Perhaps like path.
Says...
Roll perception.
Oh, another one.
How cold is it right now?
Welcome to the polar plunge.
Currently you're looking at the pool. It's about 100 feet in diameter, and for the you can kind of make out some details around the edges that go down maybe 20 or 30 feet, but from there it just disappears into blackness. You can't make out anything further down. And how cold is it?
Yep.
Say about minus 10 Celsius. Because I'm gonna fuck you guys. You can do your own conversions. And there's a fairly consistent wind blowing in from, like, coming up the ravine from the southwest that goes past where the waterfall is.
Oh, the winds are blowing, you say? Is there a
Oh.
path? Is
Mhm.
there a path, perhaps, from where the
Oh.
winds blow?
Well, he already said that there's
We'll follow
no
the way the wind
obvious
blow.
path. But I will head towards that area,
I'm
because
gonna
that sounds
start.
closest to what we're looking for so far.
As he
The
goes
hidden-
that way, I wade into the water just a little bit more to see if I can see something. I don't know. I won't swim, but I will go like knee height, waist height, maybe, carefully.
That's chilly.
Roll athletics or acrobatics for me.
Don't slip.
Ooh.
13.
So you get to being about knee high in the water. You go to take the next step, and you don't feel any rocky bottom. It's a very sudden drop off. And if you're looking down, the water goes from being like around your knees, it's like crystal clear. But the moment you look past that rocky edge, it just disappears into blackness.
Oof. Okay, I'll come out for a little bit, let Caligar do his thing.
So I'm gonna start heading like towards up the side of the waterfall, like the far side of the pool.
Okay.
And you said there was what the winds were blowing on the side or something somewhere.
Yeah, winds are blowing. Like the whole ravine that you're in is pretty much a wind tunnel. Like just you've got
Okay, that's
fairly
kind of
strong winds that are coming from the southwest, which is further ahead from where you guys were walking, and then continuing past you.
okay.
So
Yeah.
when I
What were you gonna say?
when I summon my familiar, can it take any form I choose?
Mhm.
Interesting.
Yeah, you can change it
Believe so.
every time you summon it.
Okay.
It's still technically I think the same one, but you just change its form.
While
Is that
Caligar's
how it
doing
works?
his thing, I'm gonna summon my familiar. As
Okay.
a ritual, it's gonna take me 10 minutes. So
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm heading towards the waterfall, or like the side of the waterfall, to see how close I can get without getting, smushed into pancake.
Okay. Like, are you going into the water, or what are you trying for? Like,
If I have to, I'm trying to get as close to the waterfall as I can to try to see if I can see anything through it.
okay. Roll a perception.
Whopping 13.
There's still enough light coming through that you can't really make out any details past the water.
Okay. I'm gonna take out my shield, put it over my head, and then start walking towards the back of the waterfall with. Your face instantly changed.
Are you paying attention to anything that happened with Cardinal there?
Yes, but that was the
Roll.
pool, not the waterfall.
The waterfall
Good luck,
goes into the
buddy.
pool.
Good luck, buddy.
I'm just
Roll. Roll. Uh. Roll a dexterity save.
Meanwhile, I'm at the side. I'm doffing my armor. I'm like taking it off.
no.
Okay, so
Bye, Calgar.
you didn't pay any attention to what was like. You saw her kind of like take a step and stop, and you're like, you know what? You got this. Shield over your head. You start walking boldly towards the waterfall, and like you're splashing in so hard, like you're immediately sinking like down to your knees in the water, and the water's coming up like past your shoulders. Like you're just charging forward, and without a second thought, you go to take that step, and you find nothing, and you go straight into the water. Um,
It
how much
kind of
does all of your
sounds
armor
to
weigh?
me. It kind of
God.
sounds to me he's recreating what happened to
I wasn't trying to
Bastion.
do that with. No, because with Bastion, I don't breathe. I didn't care if I was on the bottom. Caligar breathes. I wasn't trying to find the
Not
bottom.
anymore.
So 40 pounds for your
Ugh.
half plate, 6 for your shield.
Don't
I
forget
don't have water breathing.
his actual body
Fuck.
weight of fatness.
Uh huh.
question: can you do verbal components of a spell underwater?
No.
Depends on what the spell is, I'd say. Why?
Just thinking out loud.
Technically,
Oh, okay.
You're still saying the
technically-
words.
uh, there's a segment of Critical Role where they were underwater in campaign 2 and they used water breathing, which they were able to communicate,
Well, we don't have water breathing.
and they were able to do verbal components.
Yeah, but that's
They
another
also-
game, and I was
That's
just asking
also
to ask.
how one DM interprets things and how another
True.
DM interprets things, and how I interpret it's going to be all very different. So
True, any DM
we're-
could do it differently.
How
But
quick?
that's just an
we're
example.
gonna deal with the dwarf, seeing if he knows how to
Like-
swim with 133 pounds of extra equipment on top of his 172 pound weight.
Okay.
So you hit the water and you immediately start sinking. Roll athletics for me to see if you don't keep sinking.
How quickly is he sinking?
Like a boulder. That was a 1.
How far away
That's
is
the one.
how far away is he?
I'd say he's probably like from where he was going into the water within 30 to 40 feet.
Like I said,
Okay.
my
So
goal
I'm kind of
wasn't
assuming that you
try to
guys
find
you got to the
bottom.
pool and
I
like
just
you're
wanted to
spreading
find
out to try and find as much as you can.
I take
Cam,
out the gem of seeing just in time to see the dwarf go. bloop.
And you see it truly happen.
so he's 30 or 40 feet away, and he falls into the water. Do I notice it while I'm casting a ritual spell?
Roll
I think
perception.
we all do. He's 30 feet away.
Yeah, but I'm
But
trying.
he's also focused on his magic.
Oh, him. Okay.
Oh my
We
god!
can see it.
You see it as clearly as you can see the one on that dice.
Okay. I was already in the process of de-armoring, putting my shield down, because I was ready to dive into the water. I'm gonna cast Enhance Ability and dive in after him.
Okay.
Yep.
We'll say, annoyingly enough, I don't really have much to get me out of a pool of water.
All right. So you dive in after him. That's not an issue. And then you're gonna try and help him to swim, get up to the
Yep.
surface.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to, as fast as I can underwater, spin around and grab the cliff face. You know, trying to scrabble after it or
Mm-hmm.
hook something into it.
So we'll say Cardinal,
Do
give
have
me athletics for trying to get his head above water.
Okay, advantage because of the spell that I cast before I went in, but
Double
that's a
12s.
13. Useful.
Didn't I have?
I have to look some stuff up here.
If
with
it's really
Calgar.
bad, I have an inspiration.
Yeah, I
would-
do have some like climbing pythons.
Never mind, I don't.
I'd like to
Um,
quickly scrabble those out of my pack and then start using them as knives or climbing tools.
So Calgar,
Uh-huh.
you can hold your breath for a total of 3 minutes.
Okay.
And Cardinal can do it for 4. Okay. So Cardinal, you're able to get to him soon enough that you're fairly comfortable getting back up to the surface. With how heavy he is, with all that metal armor and weaponry on him, it does take you a bit of time. And like, as you're within like a couple feet of breaking through the water, you notice Calgar's really starting to struggle. Like you can see like he's almost trying to like force himself to keep from inhaling water instead of air. And you dig a little bit deeper and you get that last little burst, and right as you see him open his mouth, you both burst through the top of the water.
So I just
But now you're about say 10 feet from that cliff that he dropped off. So just give me another athletics to get back over to the edge. You like your 12s.
Apparently. That's a 13.
Okay. Again, it's mainly the weight that you're struggling with. You get him over there, you're able to keep his head above water. And as you find purchase on the rocks beneath your feet, you pretty much just dump him like a sack of potatoes on the edge of that cliff. His feet are
I
still hanging
straight up
off the
collapsed.
edge, and his head is like his nose and his mouth are just all you see above water. Enough that he can breathe. But yeah, you're not all that impressed with him right now.
I can't imagine why. Can I shout for Bert or Tobias to help us?
They turn around and they see Tobias on the other bank with a monocle on, just going, "What are you doing?"
Did you guys happen to go for a swim?
I'm just floating there, just like all you see is this
Can you drag him out of the water?
and the glorious beard floating along the wave.
Well, you guys are on the opposite bank now, right?
I
Or it's
gently
the same
glide
side?
over and
Same
I'm
side.
pick
I'm
him
Okay.
gonna
up.
slowly just whoosh, whoosh.
I pick him up like a
Just
claw machine toy.
so
Okay,
you missed 5
roll
times?
athletics then. Yeah, you're able to pick him up. You're dragging his boots through the water. You drop him off on the edge of the shore.
I don't gently drop him off. I just drop him. Let the gravity take it.
How high up? Yeah, you're fine.
Well, if my boots are in the water, I'm not that tall.
Yeah, I was just thinking you're a dwarf. Never mind, you're good. You're good.
I don't happen to
Anyways,
see anything with true sight looking into the water.
Looking into the water? No.
No. Looking
Do you
Looking
see the
to
bar?
the waterfall?
maybe?
So I'm gonna spend the next few minutes
I need to
catching my
see
breath.
what true sight actually gives you.
I think it
Also-
lets you
Fuck
see
everything,
like
even
through
the
illusions,
walls.
through all magic and all that bull crap, and then like also
He could technically also see into the material plane, ethereal plane.
but I don't think it lets you just like see through everything just to see through it.
I
Actually,
think
it does.
does. It's
That's how it
true
is.
Does it?
It's true sight.
Yeah.
You see invisible creatures, objects automatically, detect visual illusions, and succeed on saving throws against them. And perceives the original form of a shape changer or a creature that is transformed by magic. And you see into the ethereal plane.
Out to 120 feet.
120 feet. You don't see anything behind the waterfall.
Does he see rock behind the waterfall?
What can I see behind the water itself, even with true sight? That
Yeah, it's
or
like
can I see?
it doesn't let you X-ray vision through an object.
Yeah.
It just
Okay.
You know what? Roll a perception for me.
Sure.
Ah,
Jesus. 3.
I just have to keep rolling once. Somebody else will get a 20.
Where did that go? So you're able to see through the water. And what you see is that the pool of water extends back behind the waterfall. Where you would expect the wall to be, it goes back probably another 30 to 40 feet. And then you see that the water expands out from there, but you can't see really where it's going from that point.
All right, I'll turn to everyone and I'll go. The the pool extends underneath the waterfall. I think we can swim under there. It'll be difficult, but we can do it. And then I'll turn back and look at the pool.
Mr. DM, is it possible for me to fly up the side of the waterfall close to the mountain and see if I could just get past it, around it, the waterfall?
Like if you can go around like the side to get behind.
Yeah.
I give Cardinal the rope.
Roll a perception for me.
Haven't you ever ridden the Jungle Cruise at Disneyland?
Never been to Disneyland, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Been to Disney World. I don't know if they have it there. We went to Epcot.
The backside of water.
Where the water's coming down, it's fairly flush with the wall. Like even now that it's been pointed out, you guys can even make out the formation of it, and it's from both sides. It kind of comes in and makes a bit of a tunnel that goes out and then expands further out behind it. So the only way you're going through that waterfall is if you go through it.
As in walk through it or swim through it?
Yes.
Thank you. Well, I will grab the rope tied around me and look to Tobias to see if I'm good to go.
Yeah, I think it would be best for us to link up and try and swim underneath it. If we try and walk through it, we'll get pummeled.
Yep, that's what I'm thinking. And while I have the spell going, I will try to swim through it.
Can I fly high up and dive bomb through it? You know how birds like to dive bomb, especially like hawks. And
Yeah, but not
gonna
owls.
become a peregrine.
Owls do dive bomb.
No, they're more of a
They
glide.
like swoop in, but not so much the.
Not into water.
You're
more
because
like
like
this,
if I'm
go-
thinking of dive bomb, I'm thinking like
Dive bomb is like
Falcon, like Peregrine
bullet.
Falcon, where it like
Mhm.
just going for speed. Anyways,
Making you really think about it.
Calgary, I want you to roll a perception for me.
Perception. Okay. Uh, 16.
So as you're all getting ready to like get tied up and make everyone secure, you're kind of like at the edge of the pool, up against the wall, and you're looking up, and you see that the moon has fully sank behind the mountain, and the bit of light it was casting was causing a bit of shadow along the wall, and you feel a breath of wind tugging at your beard from the cliff face beside you.
Cautiously, I will start crawling towards it.
Okay. As you get closer, you run your hands along the wall, and you notice that the angle that you're at and how the light was playing tricks with the shadows. There's actually a crevice that, even if you suck it in, you're fairly certain you can make it through.
And it's just complete darkness inside. It's just a slit into nothingness.
Essentially, yeah. Like it looks like there's the wall kind of like juts out, and the space between it and the wall behind is just big enough for someone to get through. Like if they're like going sideways and kind of like sidestepping.
Okay. So as I'm looking inside, I'm just like putting one hand up on the wall and just like crawl up behind me. Just, hey, come over here real quick. I don't think we have to swim.
Is Cardinal already underwater at this point?
No, I was waiting for your go ahead.
Yeah, this was as you guys were all like starting to get together.
And I'll say, okay, but can we at least let the bird try to dive bomb the waterfall?
Yes, of course. Continue on.
I kind of want to see it too. So if Bertrand wants to continue on with the dive bomb since he flew up and maybe doesn't quite clearly hear Calgar over the thunder of water, I want to know how good your aim is. So a dexterity save would be fantastic.
Tobias making sure to get all of this in perfect clarity.
So thankfully, you avoid the edge of the cliff that leads into this cavern. The force of the water, the moment you come through it, immediately you drop 20 feet, and your aim was off just enough that when you think you'd be leveling the ladder boat midway in the waterfall, you are now skimming across the top of the water, and you're not quite sure if you're going to make it all the way through.
That was a perception check, not a dexterity save.
No.
Well, then roll a dex save.
It was a perception check to see if Calgar was calling out to everybody.
Well, then tell me why you're rolling things instead of just rolling things when I ask you for something different.
You didn't. You just started talking, and I'm like, I'll let you go. Let you finish talking. But that was to see if my beady bird ears would be able to pick out Calgar's voice through the thundering crash of a waterfall.
You turn back and see Caligar that's going.
Just like, yeah.
I turn on
But
the
yeah,
air brakes before I even hit the waterfall.
Okay.
To be fair, I am not trying to be very loud because I do know how a cave works. So as I'm peering in, that's why I said I'm softly calling out behind me. I'm trying not to make a whole bunch of noise at the front of a cave that we know that there's people going to be in somewhere.
Okay, yeah, you hear Calgar, or you make out enough that you avoid your dive bomb and go join the rest of the party, I guess.
I will climb out of the water.
Yes, I glide back over to the rest of the party.
I'm gonna grab my armor and check in on Nick. See if he's done with his ritual.
Did I finish my ritual? How long has it been? Takes 10 minutes.
You've done the ritual, yeah.
Cool. I now have a Sphinx of Wonder.
Nice.
The fuck is that?
It is a
Sink of wonder.
It
a
looks cool.
tiny celestial cat.
It's like a tiny little sphinx that like looks like it's made out of like stars and stuff. And it's
Does
pretty
it
cool.
talk to you in riddles like all Sphinx do?
No. I talked to it. Tell
Was
it.
this
It would be funny if it does.
going as like another beast that has a challenge rating of 0?
It is
No, it's a challenge
one.
rating of 1.
It is one of the ones that specifically you can summon in 2024 rules with the Pact of the Chain.
Yes.
Pact of the Chain, okay.
Yeah, it's not standard Find Familiar.
Yeah. Same way that I can do my sprite or an imp or a pseudo dragon.
Excuse me while I pull up Warlock rules now.
Yeah, so in a attempt to help Cardinal dry off a bit from the freezing cold water, I'm going to put a bonfire in front of you.
No,
Thank you. Or
no,
not.
don't put out a fire. Don't start a
It
fire.
doesn't cast light.
Oh, it doesn't.
No.
No, create bonfire doesn't make light.
Oh,
My create bonfire is a bonfire of black flame,
Edgy.
which is a real thing. You can look it up. Black fire doesn't make light. It actually sucks it in a little bit.
Okay, Sphinx of Wonder is interesting. Great.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Is it broken?
No, it's just
not
something I
broken,
wasn't
it's just
expecting.
cool.
I'm going to put my hand on Cardinal's shoulders and continue using my bonus action over and over to see through the Sphinx's eyes and have it kind of trot ahead of wherever we're headed.
I will grab my armor and shield and put them back on as I'm a little dry off thing.
Yeah, I am drying myself off as well with my fire. I'm not just like, I'm good. No. I am dwarf. I am meant for mountains, not the polar freaking water.
It
So-
speaks common and celestial. It doesn't say understands, it speaks common and celestial.
Yes, it does.
So this tiny cat can talk.
Yes, it can.
It's also lawful good.
Well, the
Saying,
generic one, but
depending on
this is
his
a familiar.
alignment.
Oh, it wouldn't matter because it's a familiar. I choose the form it takes.
Damage resistance to... Wow.
So can we head inside?
I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
He's reading the Sphinx of Wonder.
Yeah, the Sphinx of Wonder is
Okay.
pretty neat.
So you all make it through the crack in the wall, and it's a pretty tight passage for about 15-20 feet before it gets through and opens up out into the pool of water that forms from that you saw that went behind the waterfall. But you notice that here it's fairly shallow, like even for Calgar and Bertrand, like it's only coming up to maybe about their knees. And you do find that once you move further, you follow this pool of water deeper into the mountain, you start to notice the flicker of torches.
Okay. So as we see torches, I am going to ready myself and grab my hammer and shield, and I'm ready to go.
I need my Sphinx.
Oh, this is a big map.
Or I can move
Chungus.
myself for my... Hey. Toot toot. How do you like your cat form?
This is different. I mean, I feel majestic.
You look majestic, bud. Do you mind scouting ahead for us?
I mean, sure. What am I looking for?
Door, anything that looks hostile or evil or chaotic. Not in the fun sense of chaotic, but like the carnal sense of chaotic.
Okay. How far ahead do you want me going?
Go like 150, 200 feet. And if you see anything bad, just turn and run back.
I'm sorry, when you started saying the majestic thing, all I could picture was the Family Guy. How do you feel? It's like, do you feel bonita? I feel bonita. Yay, you look bonita.
So since I am connected to him telepathically, I'll tell him to keep going into the tunnel system.
Yeah, so he gets up here and points out that you've got tunnels here and here.
Ah.
And from where he is, he mentions that he can see another torch here. And then
Oh, what the?
it looks like a
What the?
cage with some kind of giant lizard. Here.
Great googly moogly. I can hover over it and see what it is. I'm going to whisper to everyone that I think we're here and to go forward quietly. And then I'm going to ask Toot Toot to head this way just to peep out the first.
And I assume you have him being invisible?
Well, as a cat, he can't do that.
Oh, is that just the...
That's the sprite.
Okay.
The
Yeah,
cat,
that's a sprite spot.
the cat just has good stealth, which I can roll real quick. Well, the Sphinx of Wonder, sorry.
Yeah, just roll d20 plus 5 for the stealth.
Well, he rolled a 24. I rolled it off I have it as an extra on my D&D Beyond character sheet. I don't know if it popped up or not.
No, it didn't show up here.
Okay.
And you wanted to head that way.
Yeah.
So you're able to... Are you still looking through his eyes?
Yes. I'm like holding on to
Roll-
Cardinal and like...
Yeah, roll a nature test for me.
As me or as him?
As you.
As me. Attributes. Nature. Of course. Of course.
Yeah, you don't know what it is.
Of course.
I love your rolls, man. Cracks me up.
All right, so you can see what he sees here, right?
Yeah.
Click on him.
Yep.
Okay. It's like, yeah, okay. More tunnels, more torches.
What is it, Ezekiel? What do you see?
More tunnels. More torches. Some big lizard thing at the far side in a cage. Looks friendly.
In a cage?
I'll have him go this way, but kind of like little by little, plodding along stealthily as a cat. Or Sphinx of Wonder. Okay, so this
Just leads back to where you were, the other entrance on the other side.
Okay, real quick, I'll have him double back and see if this pops out somewhere like here. Okay. Can he go? There's nothing like here, right? Okay, so that's a dead
No, that's a dead end.
Okay, I'm gonna have him go back towards this direction. Not all the way there, to like when he first starts to get some vision over there. And I'm gonna let whisper to Cardinal that most of the area directly to our north on the map is just winding tunnels.
I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go pee real quick.
Come up to like here.
So from there, he does catch a glimpse of
Okay.
an elf that's looks like he's tending to the cages. You do see another cage with at least one more of those lizards.
There's at least 2 lizards and an elf. And not a good-looking elf. I'll have Toot Toot kind of work his way back here and then to like creep up to the corner riverside. Just because I don't feel like needlessly plodding forward through water.
Okay, you see that the cave network goes deeper, and there's torches the entire length of that passage.
Well,
I'm gonna enhance ability myself and Calgar upcast it for dexterity so we can sneak better.
Okay.
I guess I just warn everybody that there's a lot of hallways and a lot of torches, and I don't know how deep and twisted it all goes. But definitely,
Movement is set for combat mode.
far to our east is
it?
where some of the
Yeah, it
beasts
is.
are.
Alright, I'll just turn off that fucking mod.
Like I'll signal like I'm guessing I'm signaling this direction. I'm blind right now, but
Just give me 1 sec, I have to reload.
Azrael unintentionally broke the game.
I didn't do anything. I just updated. It's not my fault that the mod makers aren't updating as fast as everything else.
Shake fist in air.
Can you move now?
I'm still loading.
oh, it can fly?
It's a cat with wings. Did you not see the picture?
I mean, I looked.
It flies faster than it walks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can move.
Okay, so Booty, what were you saying?
I was just letting everybody know that there are at least beasts far to our east on the map, over in this direction, along with an elf, and then the cave system, it sprawls out north of us. Hard to tell how many different directions it goes up there.
What's the plan? What is the plan with this? Are we killing these beasts or poisoning them or
Poisoning and or killing them. Dan, you're muted.
Damn it! No wonder no one was responding.
it was going on a full-on monologue and
pretty much.
happened to be muted.
If we kill everything, we don't have to waste our poison. If we try and, like, for example, if we use my poison, the creatures might go crazy and start eating themselves. Are we going for full embarrassment, killing everything? What do you guys think?
We can try the poison. It doesn't work. We don't know the dosages. I say we kill it.
Well, I do have an idea. And I'll take out the cane dagger. So I say, if we want, we can kill everything. And we can take this dagger and bury it in the last guy. That way, the Temple of Cain came through here and killed everyone.
Can your cat carry vials and poison said creatures?
The Sphinx of Wonder can't go invisible, but I can.
How many creatures are we dealing with?
There's at
we
least
have
2
any idea?
creatures and 1 elf, but I doubt that's all of it, because there's a lot of torches all over the place. That'd be a
Yep.
lot of torches for 1 person.
So it's 2 that we know about.
Yes, 2 friendly-looking lizard creatures. With friendly, sharp teeth. They look big enough you could ride, maybe? I don't know. But
Let's
they
just
look
get
friendly.
closer first, and then we can see what the fuck they are.
So how much? We only have 2 vials of poison, right?
No, everyone has, like, their own kind of poison.
Not me.
Like, I got myself... what was it called? Shoot. I wrote it down. What was it? Dark Venom. I have 1 vial, and I don't know how far that goes. And that should make them eat themselves. Or go ravenous with hunger. Other people have different kinds of poison. Now, if
Yes,
we... Go ahead.
I was saying, because I only got 1 vial of pain on discount. That's where I was saying I didn't think that we had actually bought that much more. I thought it was just the 2.
Now, if we kill the creatures to get them to kill themselves, no one would really know except for Ashkar that
We're
this
thinking
happened.
too much and
But-
not doing enough.
But if we kill everything and I plant the dagger, then Temple of Cain's coming after Ashkar. What do you guys think?
We can try it. It might at least throw him off the scent.
Well, if everyone here is dead and Temple of
Yeah.
Cain is coming after Ashkar, then they're embarrassed, and then there's problems. So that's my thoughts.
I think it sounds good.
All right, I'll sneak up behind Cardinal. I'll follow her lead.
Fuck it, I'm going in.
Are you using Pass Without a Trace or no?
No, I'm using Enhance Ability.
Yeah, no, she hasn't used the spell.
I've used so many spells already.
Real quick before you guys go too far in, what are all of your passive perceptions?
Oh
So
god.
perception?
Well, I still have the gem of seeing for a few more moments probably, but 14.
Well, it lasts, what, 10 minutes?
10 minutes.
By the time you actually made your way through and you got to this point, that's expired.
All right.
So Tobias is 14.
How do we check our passive?
Mine's
Yeah,
11. You can see it on D&D Beyond on the left-hand side of
Okay.
your character sheet. I don't know in Foundry.
Oh god, I don't know.
One sec,
Probably
something's
fucking
weird happening. I'll
high.
be right back.
Whatever the maximum possible is.
My passive perception? Are you sure you won't take passive investigation?
No, perception.
Okay, perception's 12.
Okay.
Mine is 18.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, so on yours, it's beside the skill, the number in brackets.
All right, back.
And what was Bertrand's? Did we get that yet?
14.
Bertrand is 14?
Yep.
Okay. Don't worry, I don't really need that for any particular reasons.
Well, I'm just wondering if it matters if I'm looking through my familiar's eyes as to my passive perception, because I'm blind and deaf.
Your passive would be 0 at that point.
Your passive would be 0, but you would go off of their passive, which is 11.
Which is the same as mine, so.
Okay, so I'm not even worried about noting that down then.
Yeah, so why did nobody think about traps?
It's not necessarily for traps.
I'm
Just,
expecting traps.
You know.
It's not.
I'm not. I don't think a secret base would have traps.
So I am trying to be stealthy, but I'm still hand on Cardinal's shoulder, and I'm watching. I'm going to move Sphinx of Wonder up just a little bit to get eyes on in here.
Alright, so
I'm just watching for movement.
I got a 12 for my stealth because I'm trying to not be a complete ox in the China shop.
Don't you have advantage on stealth?
Yeah, you do.
Yes. Yeah, you were
I
in
gave
the
you-
washroom. Fox gave you enhanced ability for dexterity, so you can be a little extra sneakier.
Ah, thank you, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So 15.
Just Caligar and her, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
just those two.
Sorry, buddy.
That's
Oh my god,
fine.
it's not a 1.
Oh, that's a sprite. Whoops.
Can I basically carry this guy?
Let me roll
Here
for.
it comes. Here it comes.
Let me roll for Ezekiel real quick.
Oh, it's actually not bad.
Yeah,
Oh, wait, no,
that
sorry, I was thinking of the wrong
tracks.
guy.
If you want to try carrying him, Cardinal, roll athletics.
If I'm going to see Cardinal try to carry him, I'll try to help.
I got him.
Yeah, she's just hoist him up to a piggyback.
Or
Fireman carries this bitch.
Wee.
I'm sorry if I'm a little distracted. I'm just watching my graduate.
All right, we keep going.
Yes.
Mhm.
I'll sneak up. This is roughly where you said the tunnels were. Or were they tunnels further down? Or I don't know.
Well, you know that there's tunnels immediately to your left and over where the cat is.
I don't know where the cat is.
Well, I've said that it's over here east on the map, and I just can't hear
Okay.
you guys respond to me. But
All right, now I start to see the tunnel. All right, and then as I start to peek down, I'm going to say a silent prayer to Cain.
Okay.
Oh, fuck, dude.
That's it.
What are you saying?
I'll say, Cain, all murder has benefits and costs. That's what it is, and this one's for you.
I knew I should have just dropped you 300 feet up in the air.
Did you go God voice because of the cavern echo?
Yes.
All right, I'll start sneaking around. Still don't see anything.
as I'm going by these torches, I'm really tempted to start dousing them.
Do you want to?
do we have
Yeah, I think
anybody
I'm gonna
that
douse.
doesn't have dark vision in the party?
No, everybody has dark vision.
Okay,
Everybody
because
can
the
see
drow
dark
will
hollow
probably have dark vision as well. And they probably have better dark vision than most of us. Not all of us.
And
I will change something here because I forgot to do this before.
they could probably tell something's up if all of a sudden their torches are going out.
So it's a cave system, so they won't be able to tell. If this
Are
was
you-
like a courtyard or something, I wouldn't do it, but
You said it was to the east, right?
Yep. That's west.
So I'll look,
I like how
Well,
you confirmed that it was east and you're going west.
I'll look to Ezekiel, see which way he's going.
I'm blindly following Altan as I hold on
That's
to her
fine.
robe.
Just why scout the place? Let's just walk straight into the line.
Let's slow down, slow down.
I
Well,
have-
you've got your kitty cat out in front of you, don't you?
You know, it'd be hilarious if you happen to fall a pit trap and Ezekiel goes with you.
the kitty cat is over here right now because I was trying to maintain visual on the baddies that we know are here. But I think from where we're at, I can see it from here. Or I could. Hang on. Yeah, I can see this guy now.
Before anything, can you move me up next to Tobias? Thank you.
So as Cardinal and Tobias step out into the open, there's an elf that you see It's over tending the pens. Turns around at that exact moment, sees you there. Looks a bit confused. Says, "I've never seen you here before."
He's saying it to me, right?
To the both of you, he can see. Well, I guess the three of you that he can see.
Yeah, I'm standing there too. Alright, so
I was more towards the back. Does he say it in undercommon or common?
Because the three that he can see aren't elves, says it in common.
I'm
so he sees Cardinal, me, and Ezekiel. Ezekiel's hand is on Cardinal's shoulder, blindly walking through the dark in a dwarf.
I try to hide myself along the rock.
Okay. He starts walking towards you, looks over his shoulder, just calls out, "Nevor, there's people here."
I'm gonna walk towards him. Slowly.
Yeah.
This
I'm
is where you
going-
come and play.
I'm going to tell Sphinxy to move back into this corner.
Okay.
And I'm going to drop the vision through it and proceed forward with my own vision now.
Okay.
And I'm going to stay behind Cardinal and Caligar, but also approach.
I'm gonna say we are new. We came to help.
Very new.
You came to help. How did you come to help? How did you find this place?
Wasn't
know-
even that hard.
Yeah, Bob
We were
gave us
told where to go.
directions.
It's hard to help if we don't know where to show up to.
You know Bob.
Roll.
His
The
brother's
three of you to roll deception.
Steve.
Can I just give someone else advantage, please?
I'll take it.
I have a +7.
Said you were saying stuff in the process, so no.
Crap!
This is
I
the
am
time where
sorry,
you don't want to
ahead of
roll a
time.
1.
Oh gosh darn it. Oh,
No,
cool,
it
it
doesn't-
worked now.
16, 23, not bad.
Hey.
How come yours says special numbers?
Yep.
Because he rolled that from D&D Beyond.
Oh, he did.
Wow.
There's a reason why I wanted to give someone else advantage.
-3. Wow.
Charisma's my dump stat.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Sorry.
You can see he's looking very dubious, especially like when the dwarf starts just rambling. He's like, I that is probably the dumbest thing I've ever heard from anybody. But
He's a dwarf.
if
What do
you,
expect?
I believe me, I understand. If you're here to help, if you're here, I can only assume that you were given direction from the house. Did they tell you why? No one told us you were coming.
Yeah, we've got
Why
some.
are you here?
We've got some medicine, like some steroids we're supposed to give the creatures for their big trip coming up.
My god, man, sound a little bit more confident when you're deceiving.
That's why we have dice.
Jesus.
Roll
Yeah.
deception again.
Cool.
Question mark?
That's still not bad.
Nice.
Wait, are you rolling on D&D Beyond to get around your curse?
If it works, it works.
It still
Is it
rolls
the
the.
curse?
It still rolls the dice in Foundry.
You were told to bring medicine.
Yeah.
That sounds very strange to me. We've never given any of these creatures medicine before. Survival of the fittest. If they die, they die.
Yeah, this stuff drives them crazy.
Which
Get
one are
some
you here to give medicine?
the ones that are about to prove themselves. The trophy for the Witch King.
Oh, the trophy for the Witch King. Oh, you want to give that thing medicine? Go right ahead. To do that, you're going to want to talk to Visava first.
Well,
Right.
which way?
Sava.
I have to look at my map.
Guys, I actually did something once.
He just kind of waves a hand to his buddy behind him and says, I'll take him in. You worry about these creatures. And he goes back to his business around the corner. You can hear he's like the bucket scraping and the occasional sound of something heavy and wet hitting metal bars. So you kind of make out that he's throwing food to these the creatures.
All right. So
And he says, "Follow me."
This is where Caligar studiously shuts the hell up.
Smart.
I am following behind you, doing my best to look bodyguard-esque.
He immediately stops when he hears 4 sets of feet behind him. And he turns around to look and goes, "Who the fuck is that?"
Are you following me? Why are you following?
I'm not. I'm
It's-
still. Let me rephrase this. I'm still stealthily following.
He's talking about me. I'm Deshi.
We've had it
He
going so well with
slowly
you.
walks towards you. If it'll let me do it. It gets right up in your face. Looks you up and down. Says, even a half-breed's better than a dwarf. Let's go. Turns around, keeps walking.
I was completely ready to full-on Eldritch Smite attack that guy.
Yeah, this guy was about to get roasted.
I'm not walking. I'm gliding.
I am walking.
So as you get further into the caves, I'll stop you guys here for a sec once you all can get in and see. You get further into the caves, and you start to feel like you're getting more towards like a common living area. Let me just take a look.
How high is the ceiling?
Hi, how are you?
The ceiling is a good question.
Gotta be tall enough for the beasts.
I saw you chuckle, Tobias.
Goes up about 40 feet.
Is it fully lit with the torches and all?
It's it's like 6 fireballs deep.
No, this is a legitimate question. Shut up.
Lit, bro.
The torches are giving off dim light to about 25 feet.
Okay, I stick to the ceiling, staying in the shadows.
Okay.
Just to give an idea of
Yep.
this.
So as you guys are moving in, like I said, you get a sense that you're moving towards like a shared living area. And particularly Tobias, Ezekiel, and Bertrand, the deeper you go in, you start to hear as much as not so much hear as you feel just a powerful magic that just emanates further in, and as you move into this it's kind of like kitchen area, you see that the power is coming from this just glowing black and blue wall that stretches across what would be an opening, and it goes point to point, floor to ceiling. And the elf that's leading you through kind of chuckles and points and says, "That's where we keep the gift for Malekith. If you want to go in there, well, good luck."
Can I make a Arcana check to see if this is a magical effect and how powerful of one it is?
Sure. It is absolutely magical, and you're not able to identify what is projecting this barrier, but you're fairly certain that whoever is doing it is focused and intent on keeping that barrier up.
It's not someone nearby
You can
that
tell
we can
me.
see.
You can tell me no, but I'm just curious what level of spell slot would be used to maintain that for spell purposes. It affects a DC of a spell I have, but I don't want to necessarily use the spell. I just want to know in case I need to use it. But if it's something I wouldn't know, then I wouldn't know.
I'd say you're not familiar with it.
Okay.
And he keeps leading you guys through the caves.
I keep an eye out for anything, anyone who looks interesting, like powerful or leader-like in this, wherever we pass by.
Well, it's funny that you mention it, because the ones you've passed by so far, for the most part, look as if they're clad the same. Like, they're Beastmasters. They're all draped in like the scales that are more like fashion accessories, like around their necks and scarves and stuff like that. You come through this little corridor there, and there are two individuals that are clad head to toe in full black plate mail.
Now we're talking. Okay.
How do I get in there?
And both of them, like slung across their back, they both have shields, like kind of like your typical, I don't even know how to describe it. Is it a kite shield? Yes, kite shield. But instead of coming like to a point, the left side of the shield is cut into a groove, so it looks like it would allow to be like rested on their knees if they're riding a mount.
Huh.
And they have on the shields the same device. Let me pull this up. That is painted on both of their shields.
Aren't there three of them?
Yeah, there's three of them in the room, plus one of the Beastmasters. And as far as you can, as far as you can make out, you're effectively in an armory. The rack, one rack has, two of the racks on the left there have spears. The one on the right there, it has lances on it.
What is that House Ashkar's sign, or is that something different?
You've never taken the time to actually figure out what their sign is,
Okay.
but You figure these guys are armored up and look like knights, and a crest on the shield. It's not a long stretch to say that yes, that is the sign for the house.
I was just asking if it was visiting dignitaries or something like that.
He's taken us past them, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Dang, we getting deep in here.
What's that?
I said, dang, we're getting deep.
So you come up
Sorry.
to one last entrance there, and the difference between the knight here and the ones you pass in the armory is it's very clear this one is standing guard. And the elf you're following walks up beside the desk, and you see um, older elf, like gray starting to go through his long hair, um, just at his desk, bent over, writing. From the distance, you can't really tell what he's working on. But the elf leans over and goes, "Vasava, we have guests." And he looks up and just kind of like glares at you guys as you come in. Says, "We weren't expecting anybody."
Yeah, Bob sent us. We got that special formula for the big nasty.
Special formula. What do you mean special formula?
To really get it riled up. You know, they wanted to test it for the big excursion for the proving to the Witch King.
With confidence. Booty with confidence.
I'm trying to also think of the words that I'm trying to say here.
Roll deception.
You gotta convince those dice.
If I had a penny for every time, I wish I had a silver tongue like Loki.
I'm just gonna walk up and extend my hand like I want to, shake his hand, just to see if
Oh
he'll,
no.
you know.
You hear Tobias audibly gasp as you do that from the back.
I still stand on this side of the table. I'm just, speaking.
As you get closer to the desk, the Beastmaster kind of clears his throat, just slightly shakes his head. It's like it's clear he wants you to stop a little bit further back.
Okay. How close in distance can I stand to him? DM. Oop.
Where'd you go?
I'm in the wall.
So let's say you guys stop about there. It's an easy way of doing it.
So we
That
put
is-
Caligar at the back.
Unfortunate.
That's the joys of squares. It works as well as it does.
Well, I can't do what I was gonna do. So yep, I just sticking with the deception.
How did I do that? Magic.
Yeah, how'd you manage a half step?
Magic. Hold shift. Guys, just hold shift and then you can do
Ah.
whatever you want.
Crazy.
Anyway, so you said that Bob sent you.
Yep. Told us how
Are
to
you
get
sure it
here and
wasn't-
everything.
Are you sure it wasn't Doug?
There is no Doug.
Uh-oh.
I mean, if you're new to the family, you might have heard him be called Dougal, but I've known him since he first killed his first manticore. It's 1,000 years ago now. He hates being called Doug.
be
But I can tell you
fair,
there's no Bob.
when you look like me, I guess sometimes people don't like to give you their real name.
That is true. So what is it that this formula does for you?
It really riles the beast up and just drives him crazy over the top.
Sounds like
How-
you get horny.
How do you intend to deliver it?
Can I step in
Pository.
at this moment and use my background of medical knowledge to think about if it's a creature, lizard-like or whatever, how we give it medication? Ingest it, hide it in the food.
See, there... You have a bit of a conflict with that.
You are the food. Ha ha ha. Don't listen.
Because the orders I have from Lord Vekil is we're not to feed it. Usually we find hunger's pretty good at making these things very angry.
I can summon a tiny invisible creature to inject it.
How do you plan to get through the scales?
Carefully.
Show me this creature you intend to summon that will inject it.
It'll take 10 minutes. Is that okay?
What is time?
Cool. I take 10 minutes. I dismiss the Sphinx of Wonder, and I resummon Loot Loot as Loot Loot.
I'd like to
Toot Toot.
toot toot.
Loot Loot.
I'd like to
Then
whisper
give
into
me
his
some
ear real
magical
quick,
Loot
just like
Loot.
I just wanted to walk over to Zeke while he's doing that and just like, couldn't you just have Toot Toot go in there and get eaten by the thing, and then since Toot Toot's not a real thing, then it wouldn't be eating?
Yeah, but then it's gonna tell my employers. And we can, yeah. So I don't know how willing Toot Toot is to get eaten, but it's also an option.
Is this a conversation you're having before you resummon him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
But
as
yeah,
I'm,
yeah, that's
as
little,
I'm marking
Right,
out
just
the
kinda, like,
runes.
pops out into existence. Looks around and goes, "Oh, this isn't good."
Wait, he can't talk anymore, isn't he just a cat now?
No, now he's a sprite.
But
Oh,
the cat
okay,
can
he's
also
a
talk.
sprite.
The cat can speak common too.
Yeah. The sprite
the
can
sprite talk?
also speak Common, Elvish, and Sylvan.
Ah, okay, cool.
Well, Toot Toot, what do you mean this isn't good?
Well, this is just very different from the last place you brought me out. I kind of prefer the snow as opposed to the dark, imposing, and slightly terrifying caves.
Well, I got a job for you, and if you do it good, I promise to bring you back out in the snow.
I don't like the way you say that.
It's gonna suck, but, you gotta do it. Them's the digs.
Look, we've talked about this before. I'm not scratching your ass again.
Oh, this would probably be worse?
I mean, there was that one time after the bar in Prague. I don't know if it can get much worse than that. Just tell me what you're planning.
Need you to fly into a beast's mouth with some medicine. And I promise I'll resummon you later.
He just stares at you. You're fucking with me, right?
No, that's about the best we got.
What are the dark elves doing while he's doing this? Just
They kind of have like just an amused expression on their face because conversations about sacrificing a servant is actually like Tuesday to them.
Listen, we all know this will only be temporary for you, so I know it's not pleasant, but you gotta do it.
Kind of looks around, looks at Vasava and goes, "How many teeth are we talking about?" Vasava goes, "A lot." He goes, do I get a vote?
I mean, yeah, it's your one vote, and then we all vote however we want.
Doesn't seem very fair.
Yeah, well,
I mean, if it needs to be done, it needs to be done. Um, looks back at Vasava and goes, "Is this gonna hurt?" So I would just, yeah. It's like, well, how much is it gonna hurt? A lot.
oh, this is terrible. I've never asked a familiar to do this in a game before.
Like, is there not a way that we can like, I don't know, like use a needle and try and like sneak it in? I can go invisible. I can make the needle invisible with me.
I mean, you can try, but
That
when
could
that
actually
doesn't work,
If that doesn't work, my choice is to go just into the mouth.
that's right.
And then Vasava pipes up and goes, "Well, on the upside, you have your option of mouths to go into. You can maybe choose the one that doesn't look as hungry." And Tutu just goes, "You're not helping."
I fucking love that guy.
He's the best little sassy fae ever.
Tutu, do this, and I will grant you a reward of your choosing. Within my power.
Within your power.
I have
Looks from
significant
you back
amount
to
of
Zeke and
power.
goes, "What power do you have?"
Plenty. Just do it and we'll give you a try, okay?
I'll let you eat some people food.
What kind of people food?
Oh, they got this real cool thing called pizza. It's like cheese and tomatoes and bread and delicious.
The knight that walked into the room behind you goes, "Oh, I had pizza. We had it when we raided that Tillian village. Yeah, they were. I guess we came in right after dinner, and it smelled pretty good. When you mix it in with the blood of the victims, oh man, just perfect."
That's the
Like when you
stuff.
dip your pizza into marinara sauce.
Like, okay, um, I guess I'll try the invisibility thing first. Um,
I'll owe you big time. You know I've been having a rough time recently, so I kind of need this.
yeah, but like, what happens if it hits me before I get into the mouth? Because like, if it's something that's big and nasty, I have a feeling that if it does hit, it's not going to end well for me.
I can bring you back again.
Oh, so we just try again and again and again.
Hey, you know, if at first you don't succeed, try again.
Does the queen know you're putting me up to this?
No.
Oh, great. So it's unsanctioned too. Fantastic.
Well, I just say just go straight for the mouth, and it's one and done. It hurts, but we know it's successful the first time, and you don't have to experience it multiple times.
Well, there's no use fighting this, I guess. I'm as ready as I'll ever be.
Which poison are we giving him above the table to everybody?
I was gonna
was my
take out dark venom, the hunger poison.
All right.
Just really
Or
amp
how
up
about
at
the
how hungry it
strongest one
is.
that you have?
Well, dark above the table, we have dark venom, which makes them go ravenous with hunger, right?
Mhm.
And then, Caligar, what'd you have?
I mean, the guy said he hasn't been fed.
Yeah.
So
So we're gonna amp up that feeling. It's not just like, oh man, I'm really hungry. It's this thing is gonna be starving to the point it wants to eat itself. So we're just doing what these guys are already doing, just to 11.
What were the other ones?
Winter's Kiss, we have 4 doses. That one is a more humane one, basically drops the body temperature until it dies.
That
we only have
one,
1 syringe of pain poison.
yeah, we have 1 syringe of pain, but also
Wow.
depending on like how much we give it and like how fast this stuff might kick in. I don't know how well the cold one would do because we're trying to. The whole time we're saying that we're gonna rile this thing up, right?
Yeah,
And then suddenly it's gonna fall asleep.
I say let's go for
I think
hunger
dark venom fits the best.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Sorry, I'm not trying to just jump in and interrupt.
No, it's good. I just wanted to review all the options. After hearing them all, I agree that I think the dark venom's the way to go.
So I'll take out the dark venom and I'll hand it to Ezekiel. All of it. I don't know the dosing, but
We've got 1 vial, so
assuming it's a big creature.
it's got multiple mouths. Yeah.
I give the whole vial to Toot.
He looks at the vial as you're handing it to him, and it's bigger than he is. He goes, "You serious?"
You said you can do this, right?
Oh, isn't he a? Yeah, he's a sprite
He's a
right
sprite.
now. Sorry.
He's tiny. He's like
It's
cat
Tinkerbell
size.
trying to pick up a foot.
Okay, so he like kind of like flits over to you and like gets his hands underneath he's standing on your hand, gets his hands underneath the bottle, and like he's lifting with his knees, and we're gonna find out how well he does.
Come on, Toot.
It wasn't that one, wasn't it?
No. It was a 13, but he's got -4 to his strength because he's got strength 3. Yeah, he can't get it off of your hand.
Can't an imp go
phrasing,
invisible as well?
phrasing.
Really, dude?
Get your mind out of the gutter.
He's like, yeah, I can't lift that. You have
Oh.
like something like half the size, maybe?
Hold on.
Can't an imp go invisible as well? I don't know what
Yeah.
their stats are, but
Can I just enhance Toot's strength and get this over and done with?
I don't think that's gonna. I think we need to put it in a new vial, a new cup, something like that, so we can actually carry it.
You hear a drawer open up as Vasava reaches into it and pulls out just like a effectively, I don't know, like the test tubes. Is like put like half of it in there and see if the little dude can do it.
Yeah, I think that's a better idea.
There you go, Toot.
just like get an eyedropper.
Just
All right,
take
pour
some.
half of it in the test tube.
I should stop rolling dice. Okay, yeah, he takes it. He's really struggling with it. Like, he's barely maintaining flight. He's like, okay, where are we going? And the guard mentions you have to kind of walk back the other way and goes, I should just sit on the warlock, shouldn't I?
Yep, you can sit on my shoulder till we get there.
Okay, let's do that.
On the road again.
So you guys head back to where you're going. I'm just going to make things easy on myself.
Shiakacha.
Gonna drag us over there.
Yep, in a second. Where did you all go?
I'm
Guys, I
still
really
by
thought the combat would have
the
started
Saba.
before this plan ever worked.
Shit's gonna happen soon.
Yeah, as soon as Tobias came out, I thought we were screwed. I was like, wait, why is there a fourth person now? I was like, no!
I kept rolling insights on the deceptions, and like they will never have a +1.
Thank God for a +7 and not Foundry dice.
Okay, so Misava, the Beastmaster, and the Knight, they're all there kind of curious. They want to see how well this is going to work.
Be ready for a fight if this doesn't go well, guys.
And Misava just kind of like waves a hand, and a little part of the wall just disappears, but it's further up. You can't quite see through. But it's big enough for TT to get through, along with the vial.
I'm
And
gonna.
he's like, speaking of which, where's that little fucker? There he
He's
is.
right here. I'm gonna use my bonus action to see through Toot Toot's eyes.
Okay. He's like, oh, wish me luck.
I'm just gonna
just-
telepathically tell him I really owe you one for this, bud.
He looks at you like, if he could, he's staring daggers, but for him, like they're about the size of like the cocktail swords.
Toothpick on the tooth. Yeah.
And he's like, and he doesn't respond telepathically. He just looks at you like dead in the face and goes, "Yes, yes, you will." And then he just poof disappears. And then what you see is he bamps through the wall.
As he goes, I'm gonna take my monocle, put it up to my eye.
It is dark.
Can I see through the wall now?
You would be able to, yes, actually. Let me just double check.
Oh no.
So I'm gonna do it this way so you can actually just see it. Where are you?
Oh no.
I just realized something.
Sprites can't see in the dark?
Sprites can't see in the dark.
Let me just see something here.
You guys toss a torch in there for my friend. My little slave buddy.
Just by watching the stream, I think I believe I know what that creature is. I can't see it clearly, but I think I know what it is.
It looks like something we've fought before.
Well, this is what you should be seeing.
It's not going to be the same thing.
Yeah, but Tobias is there.
Tobias can see. And yeah, so once he's in, Ezekiel, you hear telepathically goes, I can't see anything.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna out loud, not being able to hear their response, say, hey, can you throw some light in there? Like a torch or something?
Gustavo just shakes his hand and goes, if we make any bigger of an opening, like to get the torch through, that thing will rip through and kill everyone in this cavern.
Anybody have the
Who's
light
got magic
cantrip?
lights?
Not in this new 2024 elf.
Oh, I can make a small light. It's really not very big. Where is it? I'm going to take out a copper piece and here. Magical tinkering. I'm going to make it radiate 5 feet of light. And it's a copper piece, so it should be small enough for Toot Toot to carry. That's the best I got.
Okay.
This is great. He's not gonna see it
And
coming. It's just gonna hit him.
Just a 5-foot light. Is it
That's it?
bright or is it dim light?
Just as 5 feet of light.
Nope.
Doesn't matter, 'cause it's
Bright
not
light
5
5 feet, dim light 5 feet.
Oh, does it? Okay. Yeah, it's not. It just is.
Oh, so he sees it coming at the last second.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I wasn't looking at the. I wasn't looking at the more details. Yeah. So it's 10 feet of light. Sorry.
So he holds his copper coin. Like, he comes back through the hole, grabs it, and goes, "Are you fucking kidding? This is just making me a beacon." He goes, this is.
You said you can be.
So many tries.
Oh, God.
So he just
Hold on.
walks in cautiously.
You can be invisible. Can't you just make the coin invisible? I don't know. Fly around.
Then there's just beacon of light emanating from nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
It's fine.
It won't see that there's anything to eat. Oh, God. Oh, I'm crying.
The dinner
Tobias
lights
is just
went
staring
out.
at the thing like, oh shit.
So, like, he's coming and going, here, kitty, 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 kitty. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty.
Wandering into the tiger cage.
And then, even through the stone, like, you feel heavy impacts. And they're getting closer, and they're getting faster. And you hear sounds like 5 throats roaring at the same time, followed by the tiniest little shriek that gets cut off halfway through. And then Toot Toot. Just, there's nothing.
Bye, Toot Toot.
That's okay, boys.
Our first campaign death.
Vasava looks at you and goes, shall we try this again?
Did it not
Hold on.
make it?
Do we know if it worked? Because you were watching
was-
through
he
his
was
eyes,
carrying-
right?
was carrying
Was there a
Alright.
sudden maw of death that appeared, or?
One sec. I think I got something.
Did it? Yeah. Watching. Did he get eaten or did he just get swatted?
It's looked like teeth were coming at it. And then even before just saw this gaping maw of death, and then his vision, like, you perceive all of his senses, right?
Let me read
I
this.
think it's just hearing and sight. I don't think it's everything. So I could be insane.
No, gaze of two minds. I perceive through its senses until the end of the next turn, unless I
Balls,
continue to use a
including pain.
bonus action.
So then,
Pain is a sense.
yeah, he hears a rushing of wind beside that one gaping maw, and then there's a sudden impact, a flash of pain, and then he's gone.
Did the pain feel like
Blunt or sharp?
yeah,
Did
blunt
the pain feel like
Running into a
bug on a
wall?
windshield? Yes.
Okay, so he got smacked. Well, I'm gonna take 10 minutes and re-summon Toot Toot and
Now, what's over here?
That's just a crack in the wall.
It's just I can't get into the crack in the wall without actually going in. I'm just eyeing it.
Yeah, just natural formation.
Okay. But like, I wouldn't be able to fit in there, would I?
I mean, you could try.
All right. Okay, that's what I wanted to know. All right, I'm gonna keep looking through the gem of seeing. Is anything changing with the thingy in there?
No, it's now focused. Like, when Tutu got hit, he dropped the vial and he dropped the coin, and the vial thankfully didn't smash when it hit the ground. But now they're both just lying there, and the creature is really intrigued by the fact that what it saw in darkness is now there's some light that wasn't there before, and it's really kind of focused on that.
So it didn't eat the vial at all?
No.
No.
It smacked him with his tail or something.
Well, I thought you
claw.
said it grabbed him with his
the
maw.
head was coming towards it, and then something else hit it. Blunt.
Can I tell if
You would have seen, like, what you saw from your perspective is the first head was coming in to bite, and the other one kind of like swung up and smashed him in the side. And you did see like this little splatter of blood, like, you know, you popped a nasties in and just went, and that was it for Toot Toot.
Toot Toot, try it again, but this time go invisible.
no. I'll say no. This time, we should put the medicine on some meat or in some meat, and it doesn't even have to be a big piece of meat, just a little bit, and then you put the meat on the
Like you would a
coin.
dog. You just want to put it inside.
Yeah. We need to put something in there it's gonna want to eat.
Vasava just shakes his head and goes, I'm not feeding this creature.
We
The reason why I
put-
agreed to this plan was because your little plaything there wouldn't count as food because it would just be resummoned.
Yeah, we can't feed it regularly. That's the whole point.
We can send him again, see what
I don't
happens.
mind trying to it again.
At any point, if you guys want to switch to Plan B and attack people, we can do that as well. I'm just sending Toot Toot in until it works or something else happens.
Send him in again once at least. This time, just tell him to get the vial or inject the thing.
Did the vial
Vasava,
spill?
Vasava raises a hand and goes, excuse me, Plan B?
Shoot it with an arrow. Coated in the poison. That's Plan B.
You just told him poison, you dumb nut.
Yeah, it's a poison that makes them go all frenzied and psycho.
Are you
Hey, Bryce.
speaking in character or above board? Because
Medicines
what
are
the DM
poison.
just said Plan B. He asked you what Plan B was, and you just happily give him. Oh my god. Roll for initiative.
Yeah, actually.
The plan was working. Told him the plan.
But initiative is going to wait until next time, since we only got about 10 minutes left.
Above the table, the wizard dies last. You guys know that, right?
My plan is dispel magic on that gate and just let the
I have a different
Hydra's
plan.
will sort it out.
Now,
Is
I
it a
don't,
Hydra, or is it another creature?
I
There's-
don't know
there's
too
two
many
things I have.
creatures, but I don't think that's a Hydra.
There's not that many D&D creatures that have 5 heads,
Yeah,
and
but there's still
generally it
multiple.
is a hydra.
Tobias,
Okay.
it looks like the one you guys fought in the woods, just much, much bigger.
Okay.
It's the mama.
So it does look like a Hydra, and I'm not reading
Oh, it
too much
absolutely
into
is a Hydra.
Well, isn't there something called like a false Hydra?
Yeah, that's more.
A term, really?
No, there is a homebrew set of rules for it where it's more
Yeah.
like it fucks with your memory.
Yeah.
No, this is you guys should remember it. I had rolled the health for it, and you saw it the one time, and I said, "Oh, don't worry about that. It's just for something for later." It's an iron scale Hydra.
What now?
Oh, don't let me stand next to the wall when you dispel it. Because then we're fighting these guys and that monster, and he's coming right for me.
Yeah, but if we do that, then these guys also have to fight the monster.
Can we see through the wall at all, or is it just a solid, like, massive
Solid
blue?
bank of energy.
So the only way to see through it is that tiny little hole right now.
Yeah, which is about 7 or 8 feet up.
See, the plan is going so well, Booty.
Even in life, I have to roll natural ones, guys.
I'm sorry, that
I
was
was-
just fantastic. Well, let's just go with Plan B. Excuse me, what?
Excuse me, what is plan B?
And then you
Oh,
just straight
it's
up
this
told
and
them
this and
poison.
this.
I was like, no. I was actually proud of us for a moment, or like you guys, because you're doing the talking and deception. I was like, yeah, we're actually gonna get off a cool plan. They're
I-
even agreeing to it. Everything's
I
gonna
had
work.
my eyes closed and ice pack on my head, and when I heard that, I sat up really quickly, and what now?
Listen, everybody knows Plan A never works.
It was working.
It was working.
You only gave it one
It was
chance.
your plan, too.
Oh,
Anyway.
This is like the open the door thing all over again.
Open the door. Close the door. No.
Ah,
Open.
too late. Open.
oh,
Oh man, this is fucking great. I love it. I love it.
I hate myself.
I look over my shoulder as the Hydra bears down on me. I dive for the crack in the wall and just say, well, you guys get the Hydra.
I think the Hydra might be able to get you through that crack.
From where I'm standing, the crack goes far back in.
I'm still hanging back in this near the ceiling.
The best part about this is I haven't calculated how hard this fight's gonna be for you guys, so I have no idea what's gonna happen. I was hoping you'd
You're
take the
doing
diplomatic
so well,
solution,
Booty.
which you did. I was really proud of that because even with the other campaign, we just fucking murk everything. This time you're like, oh, we'll actually talk things through. This might be nice. And then, yeah,
Tell
So
somebody
next time-
say, let's go with plan
If
B
I
then."
jump in and like I just start beating Booty upside the head real quick and just like, you idiot, will they like stop? Oh, I don't
think-
want to kill everybody.
I think the best part about all this is just the complete impassive look on Fox as she's listened to this whole thing happen. She's so impressed with everybody right now.
We were doing so well, and then, you know,
I
Booty had
lost,
to open his mouth one more
I
time.
lost focus for half a
sorry.
second.
If you had said you were talking out of character, that would have been fine. Okay. Well, now we know what we're doing next week.
PPK?
That's it, guys. I'm joining the other side.
I am flying out of the cave.
Not necessarily TPK, but we're gonna find out just how good these new classes work for you guys.
It's great.
I'll pick up Cardinal and we'll fly towards the cave.
I'm
Hey.
digging myself down to hell to escape.
The good news, guys, if we win this fight, I think we definitely deserve a level up, right?
You jump off a cliff
Honestly-
and survive. You shouldn't be rewarded.
I don't know if it's so much if you win the fight, more that you survive the fight.
That's yeah. I don't know how tough an iron scale Hydra is, but
See, the one you fought in the woods was CR 8 or 9. This one's 12.
We're gonna die. It was nice seeing everybody.
All right, well, say goodbye to our viewers and goodbye to your characters. Make sure you have your backup rolled next week.
I do. I already have. Since day one.
Oh, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be great. Anyways, bye.
I'm just so like
Bye.
disappointed right now.
That's gonna be bad.